Warning, the views and beliefs in the following program does not reflect the views of Boom Broadcasting. We give full creative control to our creators and do not believe in cancel culture. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Nightcap. We've got a triple shot Nightcap tonight, so viewer discretion is absolutely advised.
Live from the MOWM studio, Boom Broadcasting presents The Nightcap. And your host of The Nightcap, mouthing off with Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Nightcap. And for the first time ever in the history of the Nightcap, not like there's much history for the Nightcap. I've been around for 2 months now. We've got ourselves a little triple shot on the Nightcap. We got Friday Night SmackDown. We got AEW Collision / Rampage. And of course, if you couldn't tell, I got Weapon X on, Brian Dawkins. I got the old Intercept Cancer hat. It's Eagles football tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Not only are we talking wrestling here tonight, I'm going to sprinkle in a little football for you, whether you like it or not. But we're going to start with the wrestling. And yes, I'm going in at it solo. And yes, A.J. Brown just caught a deep ball, taking it to the end zone. Eagles score a touchdown as soon as we go live on the Nightcap. Ladies and gentlemen, we are cooking already. Shout out A.J. Brown. Shout out Savage Wrestling Podcast. Hello, welcome into the Nightcap. A new face, new name in the Nightcap. If you don't know what the Nightcap's all about, you're gonna find out here tonight. Booking like a Mark said, triple threat or triple main event. I mean, this is WWE circa, 2019, 2020, maybe even up till 2021. We could talk triple main event, but I think a triple shot kind of ties in with the Nightcap. And hold on a sec, ladies and gentlemen. I'm getting word here that there's a surprise guest here on the Nightcap. I heard he likes to hit quick. Could it be, folks? And it is. It's Podcast Smitty. It's Shannon Smith, host of Quick Hits on Boom Broadcasting. What's going on tonight, man? Welcome in. Surprise.
I heard you were doing this show by yourself, and I couldn't let you do that, so I decided to come on in and give you some company and say hello to everybody.
I love it, Podcast Smitty. Shannon, thank you for hanging out, and cheers, a little virtual cheers here tonight on the Nightcap. I got a little margarita, tonight. One margarita, I might start getting a little freaky on a Nightcap. You never know, you know what I'm saying? Hey, yo. But Shannon, we got a lot to talk about, man. We got a lot to break down. First and foremost, the last SmackDown on Fox took place tonight. And honestly, Shannon, good riddance. The Fox era, I'm over it. I'm over them blacking out the screen when the fans curse and us losing the video feed for 15 to 20 seconds when someone's cutting a promo. I'm tired of the squash matches. And to be honest, ever since the debut episode when Brock Lesnar beat Kofi Kingston in 10 seconds, I haven't been happy. But Shannon, do you have any parting words for Fox when it comes to SmackDown tonight?
You know what? I was surprised that it was 5 years. I was like, it was really 5 years? I was like, man, that was surprising, but I'm like you. You know what? I'm a little bit of a homer. I try my hardest not to be like one of those grumpy old fans, but when it comes to WWE, I'm used to the WWE being on USA. I'm used to being on USA. I watched it on USA. I was not a fan when WWE went to TNN. I was not a fan of that at all. So that was probably, I would probably say Fox did a little better than TNN did. So I can't say that. But still, yeah, let's go back to USA. Let's go back to the essence. Let's go back to what it was. And let's have better wrestling on USA.
Yeah, I mean, going back to USA, I mean, obviously we know Raw's going to Netflix January 1st. NXT is leaving USA to go on over to the CW, and USA would be left with no wrestling. So it obviously made sense from a business standpoint. I don't think USA wants to lose one of their biggest, and I hate to say it, I don't want to start the convo, but I don't think USA wants to lose one of its biggest ratings grabbers in the form of WWE, whether it's Raw, SmackDown, or NXT. They had to retain one of them.
Smart move. I would say you're right, and that was the best thing that could ever happen is getting USA getting some form of WWE on the TV. It's worked well for them for years, and it was about time.
Yeah. Booking like a mark. Roman Reigns' Universal WWE Championship reign took up 80% of the SmackDown on Fox. So they did this video package to highlight all of the special moments in the Fox history, and 80% of it, like 95% of it, whatever, my percentages are off, like Solo Sikoa's math skills. All of it was from the last like 2 to 3 years. They didn't show the awful stuff that we saw in 2019. They barely showed any of the pandemic. They showed basically the Roman Reigns bloodline story. MLW doesn't look like he's riding solo. Is that Podcast Smitty? Yeah, Prez. Podcast Smitty just dropped in on me. He said, you know what? Mouthing off with Mike, I can't let you do this alone tonight. And I appreciate him for spending his Friday night with the man that likes to mouth off. Bring back the fists. Bring back the fist. Listen, if you want to talk about fist, we can talk about fist. I would like to see SmackDown get fisted again. That's all I'm going to say on the subject matter. Ladies and gentlemen, we want the fist. We want the little Scott Steiner, Matt, little mouthing off with Mike Math. You know how we do, Rick. Much love to my brothers, Rick 8-Bit and Booker Like a Mark. Logan, welcome back to the Nightcap. We're going to have to give you some frequent flyer points for hanging out with us, much like the rest of the comments rolling in. Shout out to Liz Stock. Hey, yo. She's keeping me in check, ladies and gentlemen. She keeps me in check every once in a while. You know what I mean? Last SmackDown on Fox. Good riddance. Thank you, Fox. I will miss the WWE on Fox Twitter page. Custody of the WWE on Fox Twitter page, ladder match, book me. I'd love a shot at that Twitter account. You know, we could convert things, nice black and red, nice mouthing off with Mike. But Cody Rhodes kicks off the last SmackDown, Shannon. He wants to address Solo Sikoa, throws a little bit of a curveball, says, I don't want to talk to your ass. I want to talk to Jacob Fatu. Solo even calls him out, Shannon, says, you're not going to try to get my bloodline to turn against me, which I love. You know, at least Solo's aware enough to see what Cody's trying to do. Long story short here, Cody Solo Steel Cage next Friday, USA Network for the WWE Championship. And I'll be real, Shannon. This seems like a little pettiness from WWE because of that Steel Cage match we're getting this weekend at AEW. Or am I reading too much into it?
You know, it's been like that for years. You know, of course, with going back to USA, I'm reminded of Young Smith when you used to watch the Monday Night Wars. It just seems like every week was a spinoff at each other, a jab at one another, a spit in the face, a eye gouge, if you will. It was like that every week. So why not do that? Why not, go out there and say, you know what, let's make a big show without you guys. And let's add everything we can, because this is exactly what they're doing, with NXT going to USA. They're adding a stat card. Monday Night Raw, adding a stat card. And now SmackDown is adding a stat card. So basically, it is like you're getting a PLE for the whole week. So it's great. It's great for welcoming back the WWE to USA. But yeah, that's exactly what it is.
It's definitely, dude. It's some pettiness by the powers that be. SmackDown getting fisted. Damn, that sounds raw. I don't know where that just came out of. I don't know where that came from. Logan says he believes Jacob's gonna beat Cody Rhodes in 2025. Honestly, Logan, I wouldn't be mad at that. I think that's a possibility. I mean, Jacob's been around for about what? Let's just call it 2 months.
Yep.
Let's just call it 2 months. He outshined Solo.
I mean,
I like Solo, but he outshines him.
why do you think Cody even went for him this today? That's what the crowd wanted. I mean, Cody Rhodes is a very smart dude. He's been around wrestling. His father is a legend. You know, the bloodline, man, you know, their whole family is invested in wrestling for years. I would say over 50 years of wrestling, 50, 60, give or take. That's being generous. There's gonna be more after that, you know, with all their family, you know, so they've been in this, you know, this is a battle of families here. These families know what good wrestling is, the storytelling, the storylines, everything invested into a good storyline. This is what the crowd wanted. They know that Jacob Fatu was up next. Everybody does. If you've been watching wrestling, if you've been watching this bloodline story, you know that Jacob Fatu was up next. Ever since he came into the business, even over Tamatonga, over Tongaloa, over Solo Sokoa, they knew. They were like, Jacob's up next. Why do you think he came last? Why? You knew that. So, of course, with Cody doing that, Cody's saying, this guy, I want him. Not you, not you, and not you. I want him. And so there you have it.
Yeah, it's easy. And you hit the nail on the head, man. These families have been in wrestling for generations upon generations. Unfortunately, here, score update for the football fans. The Packers just drew ahead, scoring a touchdown here. Christian Watson scores a touchdown here, making the game 26-24. Man, I don't know. My Eagles are scaring me tonight. I don't like the way we started with an interception by Hurts and a fumble by Hurts. Saquon, though, double touchdowns in his Eagles debut, one by the air, one by the ground.
Yep.
Hasn't been, you know, we also saw Reed get one by the air, one by the ground. It hasn't happened in the first quarter of an NFL game ever. So a little history tonight in Brazil. We're just gonna kind of interrupt a little bit of the wrestling here and there for some football talk. So bear with us. I like the opening segment here. It definitely, the steel cage match, certainly petty as hell by WWE. Rick said the AEW one will be more violent. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Of course.
Absolutely. Those guys are going to bleed buckets everywhere. There's going to probably be someone's probably getting sent to hell or sent to the shadow realm after that match is over Saturday night. Tomorrow, I can't wait for it, Shannon. I can't wait for that steel cage match. Yeah, I'm getting hot and bothered just thinking about Swerve and Hangman locked up in a cage. Right, like as Wayne the Model likes to do, just right into the veins, man. And honestly, speaking of right into the veins here, Tiffany Stratton going up against the role model Bayley. Tiffy time was not adjusted for the time difference, it seems, in Canada, because thanks to Queen Nia, Bayley beats Tiffany. I was a little shocked, but I will say this was a damn good match on SmackDown. I enjoyed this. You got any quick hits or notes for the people, Shannon?
You know, when this was going on, all I thought about was Brandon, the guy. I was thinking of him when he talked about how you and I kind of had that Vince McMahon mind frame when it came down to turns. You know, you're not going to get that shocking turn that we thought we were going to get at Bash in Berlin. And with this storyline here, you're seeing the foreshadowing already. You know that Tiffany Stratton's up to no good. We all know as a crowd, we know she's up to no good. And as a crowd, we know that Nia Jax knows that Tiffany Stratton is up to no good, but they don't know what the other knows. So that's what makes it so intriguing and so good, is that both of them have an idea that the other one can't be trusted, but we don't know which one it's going to be. But us as a crowd, I'm putting all my money on Tiffany Stratton doing what she does. She's going to turn and be a heel, and she's going to cash in when Nia Jax fails to realize or gets caught sleeping. So we know that, and that's what they're doing with this crowd. And Bayley is just there. Bailey is just a part of the story, but she's just like, okay, I don't like you both, so I'm gonna do what I can to try to mess with both of you because at the end of
Yeah.
the day, y'all end up gonna kill each other.
Oh my God. I mean, at the end of the day, Chelsea Green has been sowing tension between these two. You've got Bailey sowing tension. You've got Shin who's been sowing tension. At the end of the day, I think Tiffany and Nia, absolutely, someone's turning on someone, whether Tiffany decides to cash in on Nia at some point down the line, or if Nia decides to kind of throw Tiffany to the wayside. Because if Tiffany cashes in on Nia, Tiffany turns face, effectively becomes a face. So I wouldn't be mad at it because the crowd already cheers for her already. She
Yeah.
got that pop in Australia at Elimination Chamber. The crowd consistently wants to cheer for her. She's so over. We haven't seen a wrestler get over like this coming from NXT, in the women's division, really since go back to Alexa and the women that came up kind of after the four horsewomen. So I'm all for Tiffy time. I love seeing Bailey on my television though, because I think Bailey is underrated. I think people sleep on Bailey consistently. I think Bailey, to me, it's like she's got the Dolph Ziggler effect for the women. Like they fail to realize how good Bailey is, and they kind of sleep on her. And then she goes out there and she tears the house down, on a random SmackDown in Alberta, Canada. So good stuff here all around. Advancement storylines. I don't even know what to say. I think he's mad, Shannon. I think the Prez is a little upset that I crashed out of pocket, because look who's here. Look who decided to show his face here down at the Nightcap Corral. Hi, Prez. How are you tonight?
Well, let me tell you. You show up uninvited, unannounced, unwanted, on Out of Pocket earlier, wearing that ugly garb, and I don't even get an invite on the Nightcap? On Boom Broadcasting?
You lost. You got to look on Twitter. You lost that invite when you started besmirching the Eagles' good name on the timeline. So you saw my tweet. The invite got lost in the mail. But, hey, look, here you are, because
I want to be, and I deserve
you want to be here. So not only did Shannon surprise me here tonight, the Prez decided to bless me with his presence. Folks, it's pure chaos here on the Nightcap tonight, because we've got Eagles and Packers going on. We've have Rampage going on and Collision. I've been sleeping on the Rampage, so I'm not going to cover Rampage, but we definitely will get to Collision at some point here today. Mike, while I've got you here, what'd you think about Giovanni Vinci's debut tonight on SmackDown?
Well, there wasn't much to go off of. My take's going to be longer than his actual match. I was texting my good friend Nick, good Saint Nick, and he was like, Giovanni's going to be buried and gone in 5 months. And a few minutes later, he texts me after his debut, and he's like, never mind, 5 months might be a little too long. It stinks because I remember watching him in the Cruiserweight Classic. Fabian Eichner was good. I mean, good. But dude, the fact that he lost literally with the crucifix pin in like 8 seconds, if that, I mean, like, what are we doing?
5 seconds.
Dude, I mean, we're going to have to come up with a new term, because Gunther, World Heavyweight Champion, Ludwig Kaiser, future Intercontinental Champion, and Giovanni Vinci is not the Mari Jannetty. He's like, I don't know. Could you say the Jinder Mahal?
Yep.
No. Let's call him the Heath Slater. At least Jinder was WWE champion.
Heath Slater. He was 3MB. Yeah,
Wow. Wow. The absolute cook session. I was looking forward to this because I was an NXT 2.0 guy, as you guys have heard me say numerous times on the Nightcap. I'm mouthing off with Mike. I love NXT. I've been watching NXT since day one, since we were black and gold, since we were FCW to become NXT. I loved what they were doing with him in NXT with this gimmick. When I saw that they were bringing it to the main roster, I was like, oh, people are not ready for this level of entertainment, an absolute hunk of men that he is. And then he goes out there and he loses in 5 fucking seconds. And I'm like, cool SmackDown. I guess that was an ode to the first Fox SmackDown and having a squash match. And the last Fox SmackDown had to have a squash match. So be it. Vinci, I guess the story's going to be he's not ready. I'm not ready. He's pulling the
Eva Marie.
Eva Marie. He's pulling the Eva Marie, it looks like. I don't know. Set him back down.
He's going back down.
He's going back. I can't make anything out of that. I'm not spending any more time on that, folks. Just about as much time he got in the ring combined with his entrance is what we're going to spend on that. Kevin Owens, though, starting to make, I love the shirt, Prez, starting to make some interesting things happen between Waller and Theory. He has them challenges them to a triple threat match. And there was some tension in this match, but at the end of the day, ultimately, they ended up staying friends, and they've challenged Kevin Owens to a match next week against the mystery tag team partner of his choosing on the USA Network debut. Fellas, who's Kevin Owens' partner next week? Let's go to Shannon.
I want to say Sami Zayn, but nah, I think he's a little busy. So I think it's going to be him. Would I dare say that it would be LA Knight?
Yeah. Interesting choice. Interesting choice.
Would I dare say? I mean, right now, I think that they're building something for LA Knight right now. But I would go ahead and stick with, I would say that. I'm probably going to be very, very wrong. But, hey, who cares?
All right, I like it. LA Knight. Prez, who you got? Who's Kevin Owens' mystery tag team partner next week?
So my gut reaction says Randy Orton.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm a little ticked that we didn't get the Kevin Owens heel turn tonight. It felt like we went backwards with this storyline with Kevin Owens interacting with Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, like punching them both in one punch kind of deal. Like, I thought we were over this story. Like, why ain't Kevin turn on Cody tonight? It should have been the Kevin Owens show.
Why? See, I don't know why you do that, because if Cody's going to go after Solo next week, if that's happening, the steel cage match, then why do you have KO turn on him now? I would wait a bit. I would wait, because if Kevin Owens and Cody's going to go for a part 2, that won't happen until Bad Blood. So why not stall that out for a couple weeks and do it when it means something? Because right now, if Kevin Owens turned on Cody, it would just mean that Cody's going for Kevin Owens, and we know he's going to beat Solo next week. So right. I feel like you kind of have to keep that disbelief, suspend the disbelief here. Papa Davis, most confused players in Brazil, cannot figure out which team they are supposed to cheat for. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you, Mac. This has been a weird game for me. The turf has been super slippery. Both teams have been affected by it. I'm not going to make excuses for the Eagles, losing by 2 here. The flags kind of have been weird on some of these calls. We saw it last night in the Chiefs-Ravens games where Steve Spagnuolo can call a timeout and there's no penalty. That's a rule. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I follow the rules, because I don't. But that's a rule in the NFL. The head coach has to call a timeout, not the coordinator. So the Ravens, I think, got screwed last night, and I don't know. I better stop. I better lay off the libations, because I could go into a whole theory about that and the NFL and some of its choices. But tonight's game, funky to say the least when it comes to this. So now it's a false start.
Yep.
They had to talk to Nick Sirianni for like 10 minutes on the sideline, explain to him the rules.
Where is SmackDown next week? SmackDown's in Seattle, and it's Friday the 13th. Give me Joe Hendry as KO's tag team partner. Oh, Rick, I want to sink my teeth into that and say, hell yeah, brother. But we all know that they are going to save Joe Hendry's main roster debut till January at the Royal Rumble, because that crowd, say his name and he appears, and the crowd is going to go, 3, 2, 1, and then you hear the song, the turn,
Oh, that's
cinema,
gonna be
aura,
awesome.
Done.
fill in your favorite cinnamon. I don't know, it's cinema,
Everybody in the
cinnamon.
ring stops.
Yep.
So now what's the issue here? So now we're gonna repunt in this Eagles games. If it happens, yes, you can have me on. Rick, I'm holding you to it. If Joe Hendry pops up, you're on the Nightcap next week. Asking what they should call. I mean, I don't know what the situation here. Didn't one of the refs like tear his calf? Did anybody see the ref getting stretched
Yep.
out on the sideline in the first quarter?
Oh.
They were
I
rubbing his
must have
calf
missed
out.
that.
I was like, all right, good riddance, dude. Maybe
Oh,
he's the ref
brother.
that was fixing this up for the Pack or the Eagles. I don't know. Very interesting. Shannon said the name of LA Knight.
Yeah.
LA Knight here. Yeah. And not Apollo. We already talked about Apollo beating Vinci. Andrade, Carmelo Hayes come out, make a claim for that United States Championship. Fellas, we're getting what we wanted. Part 5, next week, USA Network, Andrade, Melo. The series continues. Looks like it's only going to be a 5-match series. Who's going over and who's going to go take on LA Knight for the US Championship? Let's go to the Prez since he felt so left out tonight.
I did feel left out, and the main reason I hopped on the Nightcap was I watched y'all do the Nightcap magic the other night for NXT, and it wasn't too long ago. I'd either invite Mike on to drop the mic, I'd invite Shannon on for drop the mic, and I'm like, man, this makes me feel left out. So even more left out that I didn't get the invite this tonight, but it's okay. It's whatever. So I really wish this was going 7. And we talked about this last week, how it felt like it was going to be like a best of 7 ending at Bad Blood. But dude, I gotta go Carmelo. I mean, Carmelo needs this win more. Carmelo's a heel as opposed to LA Knight being a babyface. The thing I was most critical about last week was Ludwig Kaiser in Germany was a face going up against LA Knight, who was a face. And you almost like turned the crowd to where they didn't know who to cheer for almost. And in this situation, you can't put Andrade in that spot if you're trying to push Andrade as a babyface. So give me Carmelo Hayes getting his first main roster title opportunity, and it won't miss.
Okay, Mike. All right. What do you got, Shannon? What do you got for the people?
It makes more sense for Melo to go after the title than it does Andrade. Once, like, MD pointed out, Melo is a heel, and it makes it better for him. Melo is only going to get better from here on out. Putting him with the LA Knight is going to work perfectly because actually Melo is good on the mic. And I think he can actually at least go toe-to-toe with LA Knight. So that's going to build a rivalry there because one of the questions is who does LA Knight have going after the United States title? It makes sense to give him a young up-and-comer, a young, hungry competitor that's heelish as well, too. So it makes a lot of sense for Melo. Give me Melo and LA Knight. So let Melo beat Andrade and then move towards LA Knight.
Okay. I'm going to counter this. I'm going to tell you Andrade beats Melo, Andrade versus LA Knight for the U.S. title because you don't want to let Melo lose this early for a championship, in my personal opinion. And I think Andrade, he is a heel. There is no really face or heel designation for him, and I think he could lean to the heel side. I'm going to go Andrade because he's got the experience, and it seems like they want to build him up a little bit. It's clearly they want to build up both of these guys, but I think Andrade gets the the pushover. But booking like Mark says, classic Triple H style booking. It's going to be Melo Andrade's going to be a draw, and then we're going to get a triple threat for the U.S. title. Rick 8-Bit said that match ends in a draw, triple threat at Bad Blood. Both of the Good Brothers here, both of them are got a little telepathy tonight. They're on the same page.
No.
I can see it happening.
We can't have match 5 end in a draw. Are you kidding me? That's
how
like
we get
an
the
NFL
6,
game
baby.
ending in a draw. Like you can't do that.
And Jalen Hurts gets, oh my God. What? No, what are we doing? The play's dead. They're really trying this. They're trying this tonight, bro. They're trying me. They're testing my luck tonight. Listen, folks, this is a new experience for everyone, including Mike and Shannon. Obviously, Mike, and myself, we met, about a year ago with us both having podcasts. And of course, through Mike, I connected with Shannon. Through that, I connected with Sean and all of the amazing people that we work with, that work with Boom Broadcasting. So they have no idea what they're in for when I have football on. And, we have all these shows and live streams. I'm an absolute menace when I'm watching football, and I'm not happy with the Eagles tonight. Nevertheless, if we get this win, I'll be cool with it, but even if we win, I'm still going to be critical of the play tonight because I don't like what I've been seeing. Anyway, Logan says he thinks Charlotte Flair will beat Nia at WrestleMania, or Tiffany versus Charlotte Flair in WrestleMania. That's an idea I've played around with Logan. I thought, Charlotte comes back, confronts Nia. I think I got to refer to Brandon, the guy from the Berlin Nightcap. Daycap. He said Tiffany goes to Raw, cashes in on the Raw side, and he's right. I think he's right. So make sure you go follow Championship Culture and show some love to them with the Wrestling Realm, the flagship show, and Championship Culture Season 3 is coming real soon. But Brandon said Tiffany cashes in on the Raw Championship, and that frees things up on the SmackDown side. So I could see Nia and Charlotte taking place at WrestleMania. Depends on what SmackDown looks like on the flip side, but Chelsea Green, booking like Mark said it earlier. I don't know where the comment is. 2 women's matches tonight on SmackDown. Hallelujah. Much like we got 2 women's matches on Dynamite this week. Hallelujah. Praise the booking. Praise the booking gods above. Chelsea Green, massive win against Mishin here tonight, folks. Massive. What do you think? Is this the start of the Chelsea Green? Boop, 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 boop. What do you think? Ooh.
I like the idea.
What are you confused, Prez?
Well,
What are you doing?
I was waiting to see who you'd pick, and then
I just said the Chelsea
no-shows.
Green. I mean, whoever wants to talk first. Shannon already said a few words, so let's get Shannon to cook.
Yeah, I like the idea because Chelsea Green, I think, is going to be a very good heel. And so, of course, with Piper Niven in there, so if she helped with the win tonight, helped her get the win. So I think this will be a good idea to have Chelsea Green come in there as a heel. I think she's very entertaining. I like Chelsea Green a lot. So she would do a very good job as a heel. So, hey, keep it coming. Let's go.
I mean, me and Shannon got to talk about Chelsea Green twice this week because Chelsea showed up in NXT, ate a knee from the newest women's wrestling sensation, Julia, who looks like $1 million. Shout out to her. She hit Chelsea Green with a little knee, and she even went up to Sir Nicholas the Prickles and said, "Did you see what she did to me on NXT Tuesday?" And of course, in classic Nick Aldis fashion, he's like, "Yeah," and just kept it moving, which I love about Nick Aldis. He's a no BS kind of GM. That's my kind of GM.
Yes.
Adam Pearce, get it together on Monday Night Raw, dude. You got to figure it out, bro. You got guys to tsunami and people 20,000 times. You got people getting murked by the Wyatt Six. You got Drew and Punk running rampant. You got Liv and the Judgment Day doing whatever they want to do. Adam Pearce, fight back. Fight back. Mike, what do you got here? Chelsea Green, push? No push? What do you think?
Dude, I'll be honest. I kind of feel like she's at a ceiling right now. I don't even know if it's because like she wants to be at that ceiling, but with this character, it can only go so far to where we can get a title run, of about a couple months. But like in terms of her being like an actual threat in the women's division and mainstay, I don't know. Because part of the character is the fact that she loses or she feels like she's being unjustly handled, and she continues to complain to management about that. Like that's the whole Karen character. And so that's no slight to her because I feel like she's super talented. And by the way, you love and will make any excuse to say Chelsea Green.
Oh, Rick 8-Bit, don't do me like that. She's not the female R-Truth. Stop.
Ooh.
Stop it, all of you. All
I
of
don't
you need.
know.
I'm going. You know what? Because of this, Mike, Rick 8-Bit, I want to talk to your managers. I want to talk to the manager tonight. This is ridiculous. Chelsea Green slander on my show? Never. No, I'm just joshing. I'm just playing around. No, but there's so much. No, there's room for this gimmick, man. There's so much room. I implore you, if you did not go watch the unhinged bride gimmick that Chelsea Green had in TNA Impact Wrestling, she can go deeper with this character to the point where she's wearing lipstick on the side of her face and half her makeup and wearing a bra. Like, she could take this to that level easily when the time comes. And the Eagles get a big interception here. Let's go. Big interception.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, we're cooking, folks. This is if you couldn't tell, the
So-
ADHD is running wild on the Nightcap, brother.
So
ADHD, brother.
So is Jordan Love still him, Carson? Just
Yeah,
asking.
what's up, Carson?
Asking.
Yeah, I mean,
asking.
listen, my man Carson sitting here talking all sorts of crazy things about stats and whatnot. And shout out to Reed, baby. Gets the ball to the helmet before he makes contact with the ground. Reed Blankenship, one of the best ever doers. Shout out to good brother Jordan. Big time play. That's the momentum swing you need in a football game when you're battling behind from 2 points. And you just got to get this ball to Devontae Smith, man. Get the ball in his hands. He's too good. And I'm a little pissed, fellas.
You prefer Devontae over AJ?
Give you the
No,
AJ
I think
points.
I think AJ Brown, it's like a 1A and a 1B situation. I think they complement each other so well to the point where it's like if AJ Brown is double teamed, you got Devontae Smith wide open. Now, if you're going to go ahead and you're going to double team Devontae, you're going to have AJ Brown open, and then you add in the Jahan Dotson combo or the Saquon Barkley coming up the side. It's a dangerous game. I'm just shocked they haven't run any sort of triple options tonight.
I need the points, man. Give it to AJ. I need the points. Give me the fantasy points here, man.
You gotta talk to Wayne. Wayne, if you didn't catch Out of Pocket today, Wayne's gonna be debuting his fantasy football show coming up here this week. No, next week it'll debut.
Wednesday at 12.
Mike's the prez. Go ahead.
Yeah, it'll be Wednesday at 12. It's called Sideline Savants. Wayne is debuting his fantasy football show. That's going to be absolutely fantastic. Me and Wayne met in line, waiting to go into AEW Revolution, see Sting's final match. And ever since, he has supported us. He has helped us in any way possible. So it was honestly a no-brainer to get him officially on the Boom Broadcasting team. I know he's absolutely going to kill it.
Saquon Barkley, number 3 for Saquon Barkley in his Eagles debut.
Who drafted him in our fantasy league?
I just hit the money. I wish I would have put a unit on it. I put half a unit on it. I
Just
put
half?
the Saquon Barkley to score 3 touchdowns. I should have hammered it. I should have hammered it. It came up on FanDuel, and I said, you know what? It was like plus 202 at the time. I was like, you know what? I'll dabble on this. I'll put a couple bucks on this. Why not? If he scores 3 touchdowns, great. I'll win $15. If he loses, if he doesn't score 3, then I lose $5. Boo hoo, cry about it. But Saquon Barkley, man, you could tell the Giants were holding him back, fellas.
Of course they were. Of course.
Big 2-6.
Dude,
Yeah.
how would people think the Giants are actually going to do
They're
anything this year? They're not. They're not.
Danny Dimes. Can we get some more info on that merch contest, Prez?
Yeah, so Boom Broadcasting became an official affiliate of the Fanatics program. And so what we're doing is if you order, there is a link in the YouTube description of
Not in this
Pocket
video,
from
unfortunately,
today.
because Mike never sent me the YouTube link, the link for the Fanatics affiliate link yet for the channel.
Well, thanks for asking for it before we were live on air.
You should have known. You Prez.
It's okay. It's okay. We'll get
Get your
it to you.
ducks in a row.
We'll get it to you. Anyways, so the first 10 people to buy merch from that link, your favorite NFL team's merch from that link, once you receive it, you can do a video with that merch, and that video will be displayed, just a couple minute video displayed live on an Out of Pocket episode on the Boom Broadcasting YouTube channel. Just say thank you guys for the support, because this endeavor has not been cheap. As a matter of fact, we are in the red, but we are enjoying what we're doing. So
to piggyback off the Prez, here's what I recommend. If you're gonna cop merch with that affiliate link, which you definitely should, get that video recorded. Maybe cut like a promo about why your team is the best or why your team's going to the Super Bowl. And that way, things will get a little bit more interesting. Because if you got any Eagles fans out there, if you got any Giants fans, if you got any division rivals for Mike's Cowboys, the better. The more, the merrier. Because I just want to see a promo. I want to hear you guys cut some promos on the Cowboys. Because Mike's been giving me shit all day, left, right, upside down, down and around about the Eagles. He's been on my ass like white on rice, and I'm ready. I can't wait. You'll never hear me say this. I can't wait for the Cowboys game this weekend, because I'm going to be texting him. I'm going to be tweeting at him. As soon as anybody messes up, I'm going to be on him. Get ready, Prez.
Dude.
You can dish it. Can you take it? Is the kitchen too hot?
I mean, I'm just saying, you you better be careful. Hey, you know what? It's going to be funny. Ooh, this is interesting. Second player with 3 touchdowns in his Eagles debut. Saquon Barkley was the second. Terrell Owens was the first.
There it is, T.O.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Shout out to T.O.
He was the 49ers.
So there you go.
You know, when he did leave Philadelphia, you know where he went to? The Dallas Cowboys.
He did go to the Cowboys. He did. I'll give you that. Raise your hand if your NFL team has won a ring since 95. Oh, he's going to count his rings. Yeah. Listen, all right. Listen, we've got touchdown number 3 for Saquon Barkley. Welcome to Philadelphia, Saquon. Those quads, looking real strong tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We still have wrestling to talk about. So let's get to this main event of SmackDown, the final main event of the Fox SmackDown. DIY, the Street Profits versus the Bloodline, 8-man tag team action, and the Bloodline wins as expected. What do we think about this match, fellas? What do we got? Any hot takes tonight?
DIY looks really well in this match here. DIY looks well. The Profits looked well, but we saw this coming. We saw it coming.
Yeah,
100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
too predictable for a main event. Way too predictable.
I mean, you also needed to give Solo something to look like he was about to challenge your WWE champion. It was interesting Cody didn't come back out and confront Solo. That's what I was a little confused about. But yeah, it was pretty obvious Solo was getting the pin to elevate next week's SmackDown. And I know y'all talked a little bit about it before I got to invade the Nightcap tonight. But dude, I mean, I won't miss the overwhelming bleeping and censoring of SmackDown, but I will miss SmackDown on Fox, because this was good for WWE's exposure. SmackDown was the A show for quite some time in comparison to Raw, because SmackDown was on Fox, and we got our Tribal Chiefs reign on Fox, which is fantastic. It wouldn't have been that big if it was on USA. Just my opinion.
I'll be real, man. The SmackDown A show era, I texted it to you, was 2016 to 2017, brother. The SmackDown A show era ended very quick.
2020 to 2023?
2020. Are you brother?
Oh,
bro,
yeah, dude.
Come on, bro. 2019 was I literally could not stomach watching WWE in 2019. I didn't watch Raw,
I said 2020.
SmackDown.
I said
All right.
2020.
Even
was
2020 was ass cheeks, bro.
terrible.
We had the pandemic right there. I mean,
Terrible.
before the pandemic hit, SmackDown was good. I'll give you that. I'll
Mhm.
give you that.
You know when it got good? As soon as Roman Reigns was sitting next to Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
That's when
Yeah,
the
that I'll
A
give that to
era
you.
for
Yes,
SmackDown.
absolutely. I'll agree to that 110%. What killed SmackDown on Fox was the poor decisions. You know, to this day, it's still, I know it leaves a lot of bad taste in a lot of wrestling fans' mouths, especially fans of Kofi and the New Day, that Brock Lesnar squash set the precedent, and it set a poor precedent, because then what did we follow that shit up with? Oh,
No.
Baron Corbin throwing dog food on Roman Reigns, and then the Usos feeding Baron Corbin dog food, and you had some of the don't even get me.
You're
hot
just
tonight.
saying everything pre-19, like pre-2020. Like 2020 is when it was an A show.
Yeah,
2020 to 2023, the Bloodline SmackDown was a lot better than Raw.
Because Vince McMahon was running the company and the booking was horrible. It was pure
Yeah, I mean,
dog shit.
good
Is what-
riddance.
It was bad. When that happened, when that surge happened, oh, what was that? Hold on, flash that back again. Hold on,
Son, quit picking on Mike. It's not bad enough that he has to endure life as a filthy fan. Listen, Mac.
Ow.
Listen, Papa Davis, that was uncalled for. That was out of pocket, dare I say. I have had great times as an Eagles fan. I'm not having a great time right now watching Josh Jacobs run right up the pipe here. My God, I don't know what the hell happened to this.
I have him on
tonight.
my fantasy team.
Defense
Go
tonight
Jacobs.
came off fucking hot as shit, stopping them to 6 points at the beginning of the game. And then the defense said, it's a classic, man. We have problems against the run. It's still carrying over from last year. I thought with Fangio, we wouldn't have this problem, but we got guys blocking one another now. Oh, my God.
Man, Vic was our defensive coordinator in San Francisco. To be honest with you, my squad exposed both of y'all last year, so I really can't say anything about that. Showed you that Dallas couldn't win in December and Philadelphia was a pretender.
All right, this
I as soon as the Eagles lost to Arizona, bro, I said that's it. Wrap it up. We're cooked, and that's exactly what happened. I knew we were not going far. Like, at least I'm not like a delusional fan that's like right off the gate. That's like, oh, my team's going to the Super Bowl. No, you're never gonna hear me say that. But I will definitely tell you, like, I think this team could go far. Tonight, what I'm seeing in this first game, mind you, it's the first game. Yeah, I don't know what this season looks like. You still have a long season.
But
still have a long season to go.
The NFC East is a gauntlet. It has the potential to be a gauntlet. If Washington actually shows up this year, which I seriously doubt, and the Giants are not going to do a daggum thing. So this is going to be Philadelphia and Dallas just beating the crap out of each other. So that's what it's going to be with the NFC East. So, I mean, I'll
be real. Don't sleep. I really I can't sleep on Washington, man. I think Jaden Daniels is going to pull something out of. I think him. If I had to tell you right now, I think Jaden and Caleb, I think they're going to be impact players for their teams this year.
Both teams have.
I agree.
Both those teams have nothing to lose. I mean, they're young. They're at the bottom of their divisions. They've got youth, especially the quarterback position. So they have nothing to lose. It's pretty much up to everybody else not to blow it, because if Detroit lays an egg this year, if Green Bay lays an egg this year, and Caleb Williams actually has what they think he's going to have, oh my God. And it's the Chicago Bears anyway, because everybody knows what Chicago Bears does. But considering the fact that the Carolina Panthers, another squad I cover, gave them pretty much most of their team and most of their best decisions being made, they made up for getting rid of Greg Olsen to Carolina a few years back. They made up for that, because that was the dumbest move that Chicago's ever made.
He missed it.
Last few years. Look at that miss.
He missed it. He shanked it. Let's go. Let's go.
Come on, man.
Listen, I talk a lot about momentum in football. That's big momentum. That's big momentum here.
Especially already up 5 and getting the ball. Unless Jalen Hurts turns it over for the 3rd time tonight.
All right, settle down, Mike.
Still got
just saying.
Of Tua Tagovailoa in the back of his mind.
Yeah. Rick Apid said non-wrestling suggestion. Watch along of the Eagles Cowboys games this season. Yeah,
I
absolutely,
hope.
Rick.
I hope. I
Thank
will.
you for the idea, because that's
will-
gonna happen now.
I will watch.
Dude, I value my friendship with Mike so much.
Watch.
Why?
I will,
You
like-
can't have a friendly watch along
Dude.
without getting intense with me?
I will
Dude,
watch.
If
I mean,
let's just talk about it.
will-
If the
Please.
Cowboys were to beat the Eagles, I'm a
Please.
good sportsman. I'll shake your hand virtually and say, "Good game." Go,
Please.
Saquon! Go! Oh my God!
Please.
I love it. Go! Run! Run, Saquon!
Mike's
run.
in love.
I bet.
He used to look at me like that, honestly.
New York
You
is
used to
like
call
really
me
bad.
on my cell phone.
Sorry, Shan, we keep cutting you off.
I bet.
Sorry, Shannon.
I bet New York is mad. They let that man walk like that. New York is stupid.
Did you watch the Hard Knocks with the
Yes.
Giants and the GM? Stupid.
They
He's so
basically
stupid.
what they told him was, and it was so pretty much roundabout. What they told him is like, look, man, we know what you're worth. You know what you're worth, but go ahead and see what you're
field
worth in the
offers.
market. And that was dumb. They didn't fight for him. They didn't even fight for him. They were like, yeah, go out there and see what you're worth. And look what happened.
Let's see. We got Logan saying The Rock returns to SmackDown next week. Oh, Logan, honestly, I could see it happen.
That
I
would
think
be
Roman
awesome.
pops up. I think Roman pops up next week for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
especially with Solo.
Better.
Chris, shout out to Chris. Chris also today had a big announcement on Out of Pocket.
My baseball.
The dugout debrief is coming to Boom Broadcasting, all baseball, all the time, with one of the brightest baseball minds up and coming in the game right now. And Chris is going to be debuting his show next week as well. So, folks, go subscribe to Boom Broadcasting. If you're watching on YouTube, go subscribe. If you're on Twitter, just throw me in picture. Head over to Boom Broadcasting. There's a link in the bio. Click that link. There's no spicy link. Some of the takes in the link might be spicy, but go subscribe. You got all of the content coming your way. You got Quick Hits by Shannon Smith. You've got Sean Lucas with It Stinks TV Movies review. You got him with Wrestling of Destiny. You got the Prez in the middle with Out of Pocket. Drop the Mic, Dad and the Boys. Behind the Mic. You got me with the Nightcap. You got Carson with Lombardi Party, his Packers podcast. You've got Aaron Schneider cooking up some stuff coming down the pipeline. Am I missing anyone, Mike?
Dude, I'm a little overwhelmed. That's a lot.
I am the best. I am the best host you could ever ask for. I'm the host with the most. Chris, field conditions there are absolutely insane. I don't understand what the hell they treated this field with, because
built-in excuses. Come on.
but both teams are affected by it. I'm not sitting here saying that the Eagles are the only team affected by it.
Okay.
I'm saying the field
That's fair.
conditions in general for both teams tonight have been absolute dog water, hot dog water, dirty hot dog water. Okay. New York, dirty dog, hot dog water is what that field has been tonight. All right. And it's the same grass or turf, apparently, is what I saw, that both the Packers and Eagles play on.
No excuse.
I don't believe that for a second.
No excuse.
Because that field is like a skating rink.
That's absolute bull right there, man. Don't even say that, because I mean, just go back to America. Just go back to America. Just go back to where football is, and just leave. So,
Good brother Jordan said, can you confirm Giants fans are emotional? No, they're definitely emotional seeing Saquon Barkley have 4 touchdowns in his debut game. They're sick right now. They're saying where last year.
Yeah,
Four.
Like 4.
You said 4.
Oh,
he scored another touchdown.
He's
He got the receiving touchdown, the rushing touchdown. Oh, he scored 3. I'm sorry. He's going to score number 4. Watch. He is going to score 4.
Now he's foreshadowing this, what he's doing.
I'm foreshadowing, dude.
He's telling the future. He's telling the future. I think he's wrong, but he's telling the future.
We do have a guy here for everything at Boom, Chris. You are spitting facts, and you know what? I think there might be some things coming for the ladies down the line too, from the rumblings and the dirt sheets that I've been reading. So you never know. We're gonna have for everybody, every walk of life. Between you 3 and Sean, who will be reviewing the Vince McMahon documentary? Could we see a one-time special show, Boys of Boom? I know Sean has talked that because, he does the TV and movies review that he wants to dive into the Vince McMahon documentary. If Sean wants to graciously invite myself, Mike, Shannon, the three of us to come on the show and review it with him, I'd be more than welcome. So hopefully Booking Like a Mark, that's something we'll get. We're still waiting. We're still waiting for Booking Like a Mark and Mike. So you got to slide in our DMs. We got to start figuring some things out. And as well, we got to start figuring some things out with Rick 8-Bit for a little 8-Bit collaboration. I think the time is now for all of us to kind of talk and make some business proceedings take place. Fellas, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. Jalen Hurts goes down. All right.
Mike,
All right, we're going to move
like
on.
10 seconds above me.
We're going to regroup here, folks. We got 370 of you viewing the Nightcap. 369. Nice. That's all right. We lost one. That's fine. 369 is a beautiful number. We're going to shift focus now to AEW. We're still going to have football. If anything crazy happens, I'll interrupt you. The boys will interrupt. But we're going to move on to AEW Collision. And we're going to talk a little bit here about some of the matches. Now, tonight on Collision, we saw 3 qualifying matches to determine the 3 spots in the Continental Championship 4-way. And with that being said, I was right. If you caught my predictions this week, I actually predicted who was going to win these matches and who was going to be in the Fatal 4-way. So you got a bonus prediction for mouthing off with Mike in the All Out predictions. Lance Archer and Mark Briscoe, great opening match here on Dynamite. The boys, Shannon, did you catch Collision? Called it Dynamite.
I didn't catch this one all the way, but I did watch the Lance Archer because I'm a Lance Archer guy. I love Lance Archer. And I love Mark Briscoe as well, too. So I had to watch that match there.
And you got to be fucking kidding me tonight.
Damn.
Yay. Did somebody... Damn.
Oh, man.
Yay.
Come on, man.
That's number 3, by the way. I called it. I foretold it, by the way.
Come on, Jalen? Really?
I foretold it.
What the fuck is wrong with him? He slipped. That's it. AJ Brown slipped. He missed his spot.
I also want to say, by the way, this is why I said quarterbacks shouldn't be counted against for all the interceptions they throw. Because sometimes it's on the receiver. Just FYI.
Stop. You know what I done told you on Out of Pocket? If wishes and busts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. I don't want to hear you. Stop it. He threw that right to that man right there. We watched it 3 ways. He do it.
I mean, I'm just saying,
No. Come on, man.
It still holds true, even though that was Jalen Hurts' fault.
I get it. Look,
third turnover, by the way.
I'm not saying it can't be done, and I'm not saying that, you should be like every single interception goes for quarterbacks, but I'd probably say about 80% of that interception belonged to Jalen Hurts right there. 80% of it.
Well, timeout. We just watched A.J. Brown slip in the end zone, so, I mean, that's...
So? I mean, come on, man. Timing. It's all about timing. So, yeah. So what?
I love it. So what? Listen, Lance Archer, Mark Briscoe, banger opening to Collision tonight. Mark Briscoe moves on to the Continental Championship 4 ways. And GYV and the FTR boys looks like it's coming soon, loading. Mike's happy. He loves FTR, Carolina boys. Love the Carolina boys, as we know. And my 2 favorite wrestlers right now, oh, God, I love them. I love them so. Konosuke Takeshita and the Beast Mortos. My heart thumps for the Beast Mortos. Fellas, have you heard a Beast Mortos promo yet?
Actually, yes. I cheated and went on YouTube.
Okay. I love that they asked him the other night a question and he goes, grrr. He just growls. It's the greatest shit ever. It's exactly what Luchasaurus should have been doing from the beginning. I love the Beast Mortos. This dude is incredible.
Yep.
These guys had a banger. I don't care. I turned off. I looked away from the Eagles game and I watched this match in its entirety. Mordos Takeshita was a slapper. Takeshita advances in the Continental Four-Way tomorrow with Mark Briscoe. Things are very interesting. Now I have a gripe, fellas.
Go ahead.
You guys are watching the game. You're good. I could talk wrestling while you guys watch Josh Jacobs just continually run all over this defense.
That was a good job bleeping yourself out. I'm proud of you. I'm also watching the Duke and Northwestern game, and Malik Murphy just threw an interception, and now I'm upset. But what an interception by the Northwestern player. Just FYI.
What the hell happened to Josh Jacobs? Looked like dog, like just absolute butt cheeks last year.
No, he did good last year. He was just on butt cheeks team.
It's the Raiders.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. That's maybe what it
Yeah.
is. He's got 76 yards, 13 rushes for 76 yards. You got to be kidding me.
Dude, Jacobs is good. I wanted him in Dallas.
There it is.
Dallas.
Tackle for a loss, finally. Shout out to Nakobe Dean. Listen, I'm kind of salty about.
Dean.
I mean, that was pretty good. Hikaru Shida beats Deonna Purrazzo tonight. Obviously, we're continuing with the storyline for tomorrow. Shida versus the CEO. I don't know what the hell they're doing with Deonna Purrazzo. Nothing. Dude, she's losing matches. I mean, there was a nice feud with her and Thunder Rosa. Yeah. And then, Thunder Rosa got the edge there. And then we stopped seeing both of them on TV. And then Deonna Purrazzo's coming back and eating L's left and right, which I don't like.
I thought Thunder Rosa was hurt.
Oh, she's hurt again?
I thought
again? No, she's been back a little bit.
Yeah, her and Purrazzo had a series on Collision that ended up in a Texas death match.
So I'll say this: Deonna Purrazzo.
Much love, Sean.
Wow, Sean's like me.
Well, Sean, if Sean's watching, we can actually ask Sean. So, Sean, Booking Like a Mark asked the question earlier: between the three of us three and you, who's going to be reviewing the Vince McMahon documentary? Could we see a one-time special show, Boys of Boom? So I said it's all up to Mr. Sean because he hosts the TV and movie review show. Would that be something you'd be down to do when that Vince McMahon documentary comes out? Maybe the four Boom Boys get together and we talk about this documentary together. You don't have to answer tonight. You could, my line's always open. The DMs are always open. You could slide in whenever.
Jaden Reed.
You got to be kidding me. This kid's incredible, Jaden Reed. He's incredible.
Mac, that was an awesome comment, a.k.a. Dad. Sorry about that. I can call Mac. I got permission on Dad and the boys.
Facts, Mac. This is big facts. When this match took place, when I watched that match at home, I was like, damn, I'm very jealous of Mike and Mac at Revolution because not only did you get to see that incredible Sting retirement match, but you also got a match of the year candidate, which was incredible.
And that match got overshadowed because of Sting's retirement, which kind of sucks, man.
Let's do it. He's in.
Sean?
He's in. Sean, you just made the people very happy. You just made the people very happy, Sean.
Dude,
we
shout out
got mad
Sean.
love for you here. Shout out, Sean.
Mike was
Grit and Grind. Yeah. You got to make sure you head over to Studio 66 Friday nights before the Nightcap. If you're in North Carolina and you need a little North Carolina high school football action, fill your cup up with Sean, man. He's doing big things down there in the NC.
Which I'm glad you brought up, Sean, because dude just, I don't know how he does it, but very much like Mike, he will rattle off all the shows on Boom, and he's always one of our biggest advocates, talking to Chris Masters. He's meeting Chris Masters, and he decides to mention
rocking a mouthing off with Mike shirt, too. We get the Boom broadcast mention, and he's wearing a mouthing off with Mike shirt. So when I saw that, I'm going to be real, fellas. A tear duct, dude. The tear duct started working again, man. I was like, oh, Sean's the man. Like I say 1,001 times, if there's anything I'll say about, wrestling content creation and the wrestling podcast game, it's a dog eat dog world out there. You see a lot of people arguing and bickering and shenanigans and everything, but that's the difference here with all of us is that we can all have our own separate opinions, our thoughts, our beliefs on certain wrestling, certain sports even. And at the end of the day, we're still friends. It doesn't tear us apart. We're not going to come for each other. We're not going to call each other names. We're not going to fight, maybe a passionate argument about stats or about the Eagles and Cowboys or the Cowboys and the Niners. But this is what you're going to get at Boom. You're going to get people who have different opinions, different ideas, and they all are respecting of that and mutual. So it's incredible to see that when you see all this negativity, in the internet wrestling community. And trust me, guys, there's big things coming for Boom Broadcasting. The Boom is here, folks. And I ain't talking the Boom with AJ and his kid with the Costco guys. I ain't talking that kind of Boom. I'm talking Boom Broadcasting. Even Tony Schiavone said it was the best match he saw live. I do remember Tony talking about that. Listen, Deonna Purrazzo, I'd love to see her get more opportunities in AEW. The women's division has been on fire. Tony Khan has done something that I didn't think he was going to be able to do, and book 2 matches on Dynamite this week, book cohesive and simultaneous women's storylines. He had 3 currently. Now he has 2. But just keep doing what he's doing, man, and he's going to have himself a full-fledged, really solid women's division. And we capped everything off with the 8-man tag team match. So WWE 8-man tag match, AEW 8-man tag match. AEW has a steel cage match this weekend. WWE has a steel cage match next Friday. You could see that there's some pettiness a brewing, and I mean, I'm cool with it. I don't like the tribalist takes, fellas. I don't like AEW sucks. It's a glorified this and it's that. Or WWE, the Fed this, the Fed that. Listen, nah. I watch both. I watch both. I watch TNA. I watch New Japan. I watch GCW. If there's wrestling and I can watch it, I'm watching it. And I don't care if I'm getting sports entertainment value, if I'm getting pure wrestling in the ring, if I'm getting cohesive stories or not. If there's wrestling on and I need something to watch, man, sign me the hell up. So that's what you're gonna, AEW is on the cusp here of getting through the tough spell that they had, fellas.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if you just keep booking good content weekly, the ratings, obviously I'm not a ratings guy, but for the people that are, the ratings will increase, the attendance will increase, the money will increase, and you're going to start seeing more cohesiveness altogether. So we'll see what happens.
There will be more. There will be a lot more, because if the wrestling is good, people are going to come. They're going to show. They're going to show up for it. They're going to spend their money for it, because if it's good wrestling, if it's booked the right way, it's going to happen. So, I mean, I don't know why in the world, people are brand loyal with everything. People are brand loyal, and that's just how it is. They're going to prefer one brand over the other, but sometimes you just got to start broadening your horizon. When you guys are talking about how bad, the WWE was in like 2019, I mean, like Sean said, in Wrestling of Destiny, that's when I started going to the indies. Ring of Honor.
Yep.
Started going to New Japan. And let me tell you, at one point in time, the WWE was not the creme de la creme of wrestling. New Japan was.
Facts.
I will take to the bank. And I think WWE realized that. I think they were like, wow, we're really getting beat out by a product that isn't even on TV, but once a week. And it's not on a major channel, and not everybody's getting it. All they're doing is subscribing to it. They're just subscribing to New Japan World, and it's winning. And they stole a guy that was a WWE guy. They stole him and made him something bigger than what he was. Then he started his own company. So they're like, you know what? We're getting beat here, guys. We're at a deficit. So it was like, when the Monday Night Wars, when they said WCW was winning the Monday Night Wars. It didn't seem like it was happening, but it was. And there were people that were very, very surprised by that. Me being one of them. I was very surprised. I thought WWE was great and WCW was taking the back seat to it, but it wasn't, because of the factions, NWO. And they had to fight for those. And so, I mean, at that time, like 2019, that was close to Monday Night Wars for me, because it was like, man, being the elite They were making direct jabs at WWE by putting their show on Monday nights. Monday Night Raw was coming on, and I was just like, man, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing, man. So even though I say that wrestling is the ultimate gentleman sport, sometimes it cannot be so gentlemanly. When you add money in there, when you involve money in business, and sometimes
Creative control.
sometimes it's not. But when it all comes together, it is the ultimate gentleman sport. It is.
It is, and that was a segment here this week on Shannon's show, Quick Hits on Boom. Great conversation there with Shannon, man. He nails it, man. He's a quick hitter, man. And I'll add to that. I mean, obviously, we're just yapping. You got over 400 of you tonight. Thank you so much for tuning into the Nightcap. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, with Mike, with Shannon. You could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with us tonight, and we greatly appreciate that. I want to say one thing. I've never said this before. So back in 2018, 2019, the only time I would go to a wrestling show or watch wrestling was with Jordan, was Good Brother Jordan. Me and Good Brother Jordan, we lived, in the same apartment complex, and we met in college, and that was the big way how we ended up becoming, knowing that we became best friends and brothers, was because wrestling, right? We were watching, WrestleMania 32, and, we fell asleep, during it because we were so bored. And then there was a point where we weren't watching WWE, like we couldn't watch it, and then obviously, we went our separate ways. We graduated college, and then I was, I ended up staying where I'm at. And long story short, I couldn't watch WWE. I hated it. I hated it with a burning passion. I could watch NXT. I would watch NXT consistently, religiously. You could not tell me anything about NXT because I was an NXT mark.
Mm-hmm.
Then here comes this AEW company, and I'm working overnights at a hotel, and I text Jordan and I say, Jordan, AEW's got their first show, Double or Nothing, in Vegas. Do I drive? I get off work at 7 a.m. Should I drive, get there for the show, and make it in time? Well, I ended up having to stay later. Drove 5 hours from the desert, from beautiful Phoenix, Arizona. Drove 5 hours to Vegas, no sleep, 4 cups of coffee. Got to the venue, 10 minutes to spare before bell time. Sat in the 200 level. Had one of the greatest times I've ever had at a wrestling show in my life. And that is until I went to my first WrestleMania, and it edged it out. It's a top 4 for me still to this day. Saw one of the best matches I've ever seen in my life. Dustin versus Cody Rhodes. The Rhodes brothers in an incredible match. Didn't know who Evil Uno was in the Dark Order at the time. Had a fan next to me. I was like, who's that? He's like, oh, that's Evil Uno. He's a wrestler. It's the Dark Order. It's going to be cool. Had a wrestling fan tell me about that. Mm-hmm. One of the best times. And AEW single-handedly sparked my love of pro wrestling again. So if you ever hear me talk shit about AEW or I'm critical of the product, it's because I truly, thoughtfully, and respectfully want them to succeed.
Oh, yeah, man. I was looking to be in the Elite when they were building up to it. They were building to it, and I was watching Being the Elite at that time, and it was just like, man, they're really doing this. They're really going to do this. What's going to happen? I watched the first All In. I was so enthralled with the first All In. That was so good. I was like, they're really going to do this. Like, they're really going to make this happen, and they did. And it was fun to watch, but I feel like, there was a lot of wrestlers that thought AEW, like, when AEW started being into fruition in its first year, there were a lot of wrestlers that jumped on AEW because it was the hottest thing. It was the new thing, and there's nothing wrong with that. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. With the way that they sold that product and the way that product was, at that time, WWE was on the downturn. It was on a downward spiral. It was not doing good. So I wouldn't blame any wrestler going to AEW at that time. I would not have blamed them at all. Because, you've got a wrestling organization that's ran by actual wrestlers, people who know the business, and you're like, oh, okay, cool. we can thrive in this. And so AEW's had its growing pains. There were some things that happened. Like, it was wonderful. It had the boom period, and then they had their growing pains. And they're going through a little bit of their growing pains right now. But it's nothing that they can't get over. I don't think it's anything that they can't get over, because with how they've worked and what they've done, if they get that big TV deal, good. If they don't, that's fine. They're still, but no one can say that AEW did not spark AEW to realize, hey, we're doing this wrong. We're doing a lot of things wrong, and if we mess around, they're gonna beat us.
Yep.
They're gonna hit us. So they had to change things around, and it worked out well for all of us, and it worked out well for the fans. Because I'm one of those type of people. If you're just gonna relegate yourself to one brand of wrestling, then shame on you.
Yeah. You have to diversify. People have different, like, I know AEW, with the whole thing, it's like all elite wrestling, but you have to diversify because, some people can't just deal with good matches, consistently. They have to have a little substance,
Mm-hmm.
and that's you put it perfectly, Shannon. Growing pains. That's what this is. How many times have we seen WWE go up and down, right? You heard me say how ass WWE was. I couldn't even watch WWE. It was terrible. It was some of the worst stories, booking, creative, whatever you want to talk. Like prime example, Bobby Lashley with the smacking of his ass, and the sisters of Bobby Lashley storyline with Sami Zayn, and the Lana Lashley wedding with Liv Morgan as the secret lover. Like, what the were we doing? And AEW had those growing pains. They went through them. They're trying to get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think if AEW worries about AEW, lets WWE do their thing, do your thing, they're gonna thrive, and they're gonna go for years and years and years. I think so.
No, they're gonna be fine. Let them figure out what they've got going on. Let them get their feet underneath them, get a common ground, and they'll be fine. So
yeah, exactly.
Nothing wrong.
Rick said, "Glad to be a part of this brotherhood." Absolutely, Rick. You're a part of the brotherhood. We're the real good brothers over here. The good brothers don't show up. We show up. We show up. You know what I'm saying? We're working. We're working 5 nights a week. We're working full-time jobs, side jobs, boom broadcasting. We got shenanigans going on in this Eagles game right now. Jalen Hurts almost threw another fucking interception. We're gonna hang around here, folks. If you want to hang out with us, we're gonna watch a little bit of this Eagles game. We got 4 minutes, 43
That should have been
here.
intercepted. That should have been intercepted.
It should have been.
Last in the without AEW forcing WWE to up its game, we never get Cody Rhodes as WWE champion, and we don't have the huge Netflix deal.
Yeah,
and you got to talk about happenstance, right? AEW forces WWE to up its game because AEW is on a run of a lifetime in 2019, 2020, 2021. WWE gets the news of the whole Vince McMahon stuff. He has to step down. WWE's forced to pivot, put Triple H in the move, do this TKO thing. Dare I say, if you don't have those are the dominoes that give us the reason as to why WWE is even watchable, enjoyable, because of those key moments. It's such a weird thing. It's like when the guy on Twitter, Hang 'em High, made the edit of Jey Uso to Sexy Red, and then a year later we ended up getting Sexy Red in NXT. It's like the Jack Perry says Real Glass, Cry Me a River, and then we get CM Punk back in WWE. The dominoes that fell to get us to this point across both boards is crazy. Without WWE being ass, AEW doesn't hit the next level. They're not 5 years in the running. Yeah, Mike, I already know something shitty just happened here. I'm watching it. I don't know if my stream's behind or what.
Yeah, my reaction was the Hurts run and then maybe a flag. So I don't know if you would decline that penalty. I'm like 10 seconds behind you guys. But dude, honestly, and that's why when people are trashing AEW.
On the cock?
Yeah.
You're watching on the cock. I'm watching on the cock too, and the cocks. I'm live, baby. I got 4:32 left.
I don't know.
I'm on the West Coast. Usually my stream is delayed.
I got the same thing, Mike. I got the same.
Yeah, we got a good call, ref. I think Sean's ahead of all of us.
Yep.
Wow. But I will say, that's why when people trash AEW, I'm like, why would you? why would you want this company to fail? Like, if
Right.
AEW goes under, WWE has no competition, and WWE got better when WCW was around.
Yes.
Exactly.
And the
The
exact same
Attitude
thing
Era
is
doesn't
happening now.
happen without
Yeah.
WCW. Dude,
Exactly.
they were doing the most comically ass characters. We were still having dentists, and it was
Isaac
shenanigans.
Yankum.
Yeah, it was never gonna be sustainable.
Garbage. I mean, for real, it was. And WCW came on, and then after that, the WWE realized that they had to up their game and be the best that they could. The Bret Hart still wasn't big for WCW at that time because they got Bret Hart and didn't even know what the hell to do with him. And
Yeah, that's such a damn shame, dude. They let him sit back there with do nothing.
yeah, I don't get it. I mean, for real, you had you had a lot of great young wrestlers at that time in WCW, but they didn't want to push them because they didn't know. The biggest downfall of WCW was you didn't know who the hell ran the company from week to week.
Jalen Hurts is a dog. Sorry.
Oh, he is. Now, hey, look, we're gonna see what he's got with 4 minutes. We're inside 4 minutes.
They got to score right now. If they don't score right now, then they're gonna give Jordan Love too much time.
You give that ball back to him with more than 2 minutes.
Especially the way these guys have been running these routes tonight, and Jacobs has been tearing us up.
Yeah, it's the momentum. It's that momentum factor. I mean, for real. So Philadelphia better do some clock management right now. So we got to manage the clock.
It's time to run this clock out.
They better.
Just run the damn ball.
They got to get something going. So Hurt's been running for his life right now, man.
I mean, listen, we talked about. Mike asked me about the offensive line with the Eagles. You're losing Fletcher Cox. You're losing Jason Kelsey. Those are big boys. Jason Kelsey's one of the greatest Hall of Fame center. Call it what it is.
But I mean, the one thing about it is these guys got to get open. So that's another thing. These guys got to get open.
They're not separating.
Mm-hmm.
There's no separation.
That's what's doing it. I mean, I understand that line play is very important. I get it. But when these guys can't get open, it's not good. I mean, for Carson's having a dang fit in these texts right here. I don't know if you're getting all the texts.
Yo, my phone's blowing up. It's face down.
I had to turn off
losing his. Go Devontae. Let's go. That's my guy. I love Devontae Smith.
Hey man, that's my cousin. It's my cousin.
Hey, that's his cuz. Shannon Smith's cuz.
I don't like your cousin, Shannon. No offense.
I think Devontae Smith is so. I really think that he might end up having a better season than AJ Brown. Honestly,
that's the way it seems. I mean, for real. I mean, he can ball. I mean, he got a payday.
Yeah, he's such a baller.
They both got big paydays this year, so these receivers got big paydays. So it's interesting.
That was a lot of money to invest in one position of your team, though.
But
Grant, it was AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, but still.
But it was a good idea though, still, because I mean, I think they saw the writing on the wall with Jason Kelsey. With it being here, I think they did, and so they had to put money in these guys right here because they gotta get the ball downfield. I mean, let's just be real about it. They're in the same division with the Dallas Cowboys. They're a passing squad. These squads are passing squads, but the only equalizer in this whole thing is that Philadelphia's got a running game this year. So we're going to see what's going to happen. That balanced attack is going to pay dividends.
Yeah.
And the fact that Saquon Barkley was a do-it-all back in New York, but sadly there was nobody else around to do it with him. For real. I mean, that man played out of control, and he deserved it. And he had an argument for why he should have got paid more because he was that offense. He was like AP was with that Vikings squad. AP was the only consistent offensive player on that squad when he was healthy. So, yeah, he had a leg to stand on. And the Giants just let him walk.
I mean, the Giants are the most foolish organization in the history of organization. They extended Daniel Jones.
Really?
They gave him all that money for what? For mid-tier quarterback work.
Garbage. That man was
They're going to regret that contract.
What's funny is people at one point thought Daniel Jones was like emerging, but now now he doesn't have Saquon Barkley.
Yep.
People are going to really see. Oh,
let's see though, because Malik Neighbors, and you got Jalen Hyatt there too.
No, I don't care. I don't care.
I was about to say Malik Neighbors is about
Wandale
to have a
Robinson,
lot
too.
of trash time points in
Yeah,
fantasy.
Oh yeah. Oh. I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, of all the rookie wide receivers, Malik Neighbors got the worst spot to go to.
Yeah,
Like, come on. He could have went to if the Raiders could have drafted him. There's so many teams that could have drafted him, but the Giants ended up with him. One of the worst landing spots for a rookie wide receiver.
he knew it too, man. I mean, for me, he knows it.
Dude, that was huge.
Woo!
There it is. Just run the ball, run the
Dylan's
clock,
gonna win.
keep the ball on the fucking ground and hold that ball like your life depends on it, man.
Is Kellen
this has
Moore
been-
going to pass the ball? Is Kellen Moore going to pass the ball?
He better not. If he does, he better pass it to the sideline.
Dude, I'm getting deja vu from
He better
his
pass
time in Dallas.
pass to the middle.
What are we talking about? Jordan Love's out of the game. When did I miss that?
Oh, really?
No, I'm tripping.
Oh, I was going to say
Coach Mike, coach.
Coach Mike. Ha ha ha.
Listen, I mean, I'm like, if anything, they could call me up. I could be like Big Dom, Big Dom on the sidelines, my Italian brother. I'll be the little Dom, whatever. Get me on the
Daddy
sideline.
Dom. Daddy Dom.
Daddy
boy.
Ooh. Ooh.
Hey, Shannon,
Pinky.
what's your advice
Pinky.
if you have a girl like Liv Morgan in your life?
Run. It's fun until it's not fun. I mean, it's fun until it's not fun. I mean, for real, that's no joke. I dated a girl like, and it was fun until it wasn't. And no,
it's fun until your tires are slashed,
exactly.
your Jordans are cut up, your clothes are on the lawn.
On your job and everything. Like
she's got a voodoo doll of you with pins in it.
Boss, like she talking slick to your boss. You can't go out. No, I mean, it's bad. I mean, for real, you better not. I'm serious. And it's good until it's not. You do that one thing and it's over. You know what I mean?
Now,
you better run like the fiend is chasing you.
Yeah.
Fact.
I was going to give Mike his flowers for being on the Nightcap live while watching his favorite team play football. I'm doing the same with Duke right now, and
nobody cares.
Dude literally had a 4th and 2 catch in his hands and just decides to drop it for whatever reason. I don't know why.
Duke?
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
All right, Shannon.
Well, if we're talking college football, if we're gonna go to the college football. Listen, my alma mater of Arizona State's got a big game tomorrow, coming off of a 47-7 win against Wyoming. Yeah, I know Wyoming, but this is a team that they wrote off. They said they're going to the Big 12 and they're gonna do nothing. Arizona State. They came out last week, 47 points. We got Mississippi State at home this week.
Beat them.
And
Dak Prescott's alma mater.
We've never in the history of Arizona State football, and this is a sad fact, I hate to say it, but hey, we've never beaten an SEC school. So I would love if the new generation of Arizona State students and fans, if you're in Arizona State, if you go to Arizona State, you're somehow watching this Nightcap, you're also a wrestling fan, get your ass down to the game, get in that student section, wear gold, be loud. Because I want to see us beat an SEC school. I want you guys to have the experience that I had when we upset the Ducks and we got to storm the field. And it was a hell of a moment for me in college. I never thought I'd get to storm the field in college. And man, you got to be careful. There's a difference between a woman who is crazy hot and just plain crazy. Listen, I referred to you to the crazy hot scale. It's a classic.
Yes, we got How I Met Your Mother reference.
No, there's a YouTube video. There's a whole dude with a YouTube video.
Mike, I'm extending your contract
effective
immediately.
The girl is crazy.
I got that. Am I getting that CD Lamb contract? Saquon Barkley.
There's 4.
He just scores 4.
Number 4. Number 4. Why didn't I bet on it?
Who has Saquon in our fantasy?
Oh no,
leagues?
he's down on the 1. He's down on the half-yard line.
Oh, please.
Stop.
Thank you.
No,
Thank you.
He getting it anyway.
Tush, push,
Who?
tush, push, tush, push. Well, we're in Brazil. We're in Brazil. The Eagles already tweeted it. Brazilian butt lift. Brazilian butt lift. Brazilian butt lift. I need it. I need it
Bro,
bad.
Jackson has Saquon in our dynasty league.
I'm getting absolutely cooked by Shannon's co-host of the Cat Cave,
Oh, yeah.
Ryan Frick right now. I'm getting absolutely cooked
the
in fantasy
dynasty?
by him in the
Frick.
dynasty. I mean, I'm not a win now team. I hope you guys know that. I'm playing the long game. So if you
man.
guys want to trade or you guys want to
Fill
talk,
in
some business,
excuses.
I will gladly take your first round picks next year, fellas. Make sure you tune in to Sideline Savants with Wayne Thomas to talk fantasy football. I'm sure you'll be seeing the three of us appear at some point on his show once he gets into a rhythm. Because man, fantasy football, I'm in 6 different leagues, fellas, and I regret every single one.
Dude,
You know how long it took me to set the lineup today to make sure that I had, like last night, I was scrambling, dude. Thank goodness for that delay of game that we had to start the kickoff. Because I was scrambling to get off work and set my lineups, my 6 individual lineups. Justin Tucker missing a field goal. What the hell happened to Justin?
So we told you guys we would
tush push.
He going
push.
no.
He's gonna get it.
No,
he didn't get it. They fumbled. They fumbled.
Really?
No, Saquon's got it.
Saquon's
got it.
Come on, man. He gonna blow it.
Saquon got it. Clock's counting down. What happened here? Yeah, Jalen dropped the ball on the handoff again, and thank God Saquon was right there. Dude, honestly, I need to know what. Yeah, I mean, there's the.
So I guess you need to kick a field goal.
Man,
no, they're sickos. No, they're sickos. Man. Nick Sirianni went to the school of John Harbaugh, and he's gonna call a timeout right now at 30 seconds, and he's gonna go for it again. This sicko.
He's gonna put him in bad field position if he does. Yeah, you better take it down.
No timeouts, 30 seconds. You got to be kidding me. We're not ending the stream until this game is over, ladies and gentlemen. So we appreciate you hanging out with us. I appreciate Shannon and Mike for surprising me tonight on the Nightcap. I was going to do this solo because I didn't want to involve anybody in this chaos except the viewers. You have no choice. Well, you do have a choice, but I'm glad you're choosing to watch the Nightcap. I was going to run this bad boy myself because I was like, I don't know if anybody can handle 2 wrestling shows, technically 3 with Rampage, a football game, and especially since I'm the resident Eagles fan with Sean Lucas here, I didn't know if anybody could handle the mouthing off with Mike shenanigans.
This ain't nothing, man. I grew up with a mother that was a Duke fan, and I'm a Carolina fan. We almost killed each other.
Man, why couldn't you listen to your mama more often?
My mama is a trip, man. For real. If you saw the type of fan my mama was, you wouldn't understand. I mean, I can't deal with that. Not at all.
All right. Here's a flag. What's the flag?
Uh-oh.
Here we go again.
Oh, man.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Come on, man. Jordan Love about to have his Aaron Rodgers too much time moment.
If this is against Green Bay, it's going to be... Wait, hold on.
Oh.
Offsides, Green Bay.
He's going to decline that.
Penalties decline. Kick is good.
He's in decline.
Oh, wow.
It's a 6-point game here.
Oh, boy.
Dude, I don't know. I probably would have accepted that and tried for a tush push.
Let's see if Jordan...
5-point game. 5-point game.
Earns his money. If Jordan Love will earn his money today.
So, yeah, Carson, what do you think about that Jordan Love contract now?
Gonna see if he earns his money.
Listen, this is a hard fought game on both sides. I'm gonna be real with you. If you want an unbiased approach here from the Eagles fan, the field conditions were terrible. The refs' calls were all over the place. They didn't know what flags they were calling to begin with, and it's so weird playing. You know, these teams are playing a game in a country that's for the first time on field that they're not known, in a situation where they're told not to leave their hotel rooms, don't do anything, stay close to the hip. Like, it was the vibes here were very strange coming into this game.
Stayed in America, man, for real. You know, let them come to us.
The Europe game was cool. I think the Europe games work.
I mean, it was, when they had the game in Dublin for college football. That was
pretty rad.
That was pretty dope. I mean, for real. Pat McAfee made Nick Saban wish he was back coaching again. So on college football game day. So nah, that was fun though. That was really, really fun. I love Pat McAfee. And I like Nick Saban being added on to college football game day. I like it.
You like
Good,
that?
good.
I do.
You like that?
Really? I mean, yeah.
Kurt, cuz I see what you did there. Oh man.
Oh, 22
know.
seconds left. Are we going to a commercial, Peacock? How many commercials are you going to give us tonight?
I don't know
my
why
God.
you would have taken that out of the end zone, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
know
would have got
why.
better field position if they would have just took the knee.
And kept time on the clock.
that
And
was,
no
kept time on the clock.
timeouts.
That was an interesting choice.
man
Who
is not-
returned that?
that man was not Dante Hall. He should.
Nixon.
That man.
I
thought
mean,
he
you got to defend. You got to defend the sidelines here, boys. That's it. You know where the ball's going. He's going to try to take chunk plays, and he's
Yeah.
going to try to go to the sideline. They got to stop the clock. You
Mm.
can't give them these wide open. Are you
Ah,
kidding me?
ah,
What a joke! I mean, if they lose this game, they deserve to lose because they want to play like assholes.
oh boy.
What the hell are we doing?
What?
What the hell are we doing?
All right now.
Oh, he didn't hold possession.
No, keep
Go
it,
low, go
keep
earn
it, keep
your
it.
Go low,
Dude,
earn
I'm
your
pulling
money.
for Wayne. I'm pulling for Wayne. Jay and Reed needed 2 more catches. That's one of them.
Jordan Love gonna earn his money.
You got it.
Oh,
That's
that's-
me, dude.
Yeah, that's easy. Jane
Oh,
Reed, another
oh.
catch for Wayne, guys. Another catch for
Oh,
Wayne.
here we go.
Oh Lord.
He won it. He won it. He cashed it.
Oh
He cashed
Lord.
it. And Jordan Love is hurt.
What?
And Jordan Love is down on the field. Helmet off, leg bent the wrong way. Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh shit. All
Uh-oh.
right, hold on. Whoa. 5
Oh,
seconds left in the
no.
game. Is that Malik Willis?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. Yeah, Malik. Yeah,
Is that the Grim Reaper?
yeah, he got traded. Yeah, man. He went Tennessee.
I know.
man.
I saw that just a few weeks ago. No
Yeah.
way, dude. What happened here? What happened? Let's see with this injury.
Oh no, that's
Dude,
not.
this is awful. Like
That's-
I know I'm not the biggest Jordan Love guy, but you don't want to
this
see
is
this.
not good. You don't want to see any player get hurt like this, man. That's
You
the
don't wanna see
ankle.
this.
The ankle's bent. Oh shit.
Squirming. Yeah, he's squirming for everything. He's squirming.
Dude, Dak had a very similar injury.
Woo!
This is awful.
Oh no. Ouch.
Fun fact, Rick. So all of the Eagles tweets and all of the Eagles journalists that are in Brazil right now, their significant others were tweeting for them. They would text their significant other what to tweet, and they would tweet it. So all of the tweets that you see from any of the Eagles beat reporters or anybody in the media that is at this game covering it, they're being tweeted by either their significant others or the company or the intern back in Philly sitting at the complex. So the Eagles tweets are not happening in Brazil. Fun fact, because Elon Musk refused to ban accounts on Twitter, Brazil government banned Twitter in Brazil. So there you go. There's your fun fact of the night. No timeout. They got to run the clock out and end the game. Yeah, that's it. It's
Okay.
over. We have to end the game. That's it.
He's okay.
No,
that was a nasty.
Yeah.
So they get like a freebie when there's an actual player hurt, and the clock stopped, so they can run this play.
Here comes the most ridiculous trick play that we've ever seen in our lives. I don't like the way Shannon reacted. So
No. I'm good. No, I'm good. I was just chanting him coming out on the field, man. He ain't gonna do a goddamn thing.
dropped it.
Hey, told you.
3 seconds left. Here comes the Hail Mary.
Ah, man.
I mean, the scary part about the Hail Mary is that we're in Corinthians Arena, so I'm kind of scared about that.
Oh, man.
That's funny.
That Catholicism.
That Catholicism, that former Catholicism coming out.
Right
We
before they
like-
snap this ball, I gotta mute y'all since you're 10 seconds ahead of me. I don't know how. I don't know why.
We talked about that word today. Do y'all know who's responsible for the Hail Mary?
No, who?
Roger Staubach.
I was getting ready.
Roger Staubach.
Yeah.
That's
was
it.
Drew Pearson caught the
Oh.
only ever Hail Mary.
They say if you did not get that right, MD, I was gonna be hurt, and your daddy better get you. I was like, he better get you. Call
Flu?
yourself
Are you
Yeah.
saying fluke? Are you saying fluke or fluke?
No,
Doug
he's saying
Fluke?
Doug Flutie, I
He's
guess.
saying Doug Flutie. That's what I thought at first. We
Okay,
got him. Fly,
Wow.
Eagles,
Eagles.
fly on the road to
Got
victory.
out of
Jordan Love was leading him down, though.
Nah,
Love
Jordan.
was leading
Listen,
him down.
no. Listen, I'm not gonna sit here and I'm not gonna bash the Packers' performance. The Packers went out there. They gave us a damn run for our money.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunate what happened to Jordan Love here in the final moments of this game. You absolutely hate to see a young, up and coming quarterback or a young up and coming player, get taken out of the game in a key moment for their career. You hate to see it. It's a sloppy game tonight on both sides. The Eagles, they got a lot to improve on in week 2. I did not like the way we came out of the box here tonight. I mean, the jitters and everything, we worked them out. Saquon Barkley, MVP of the game, man, 3 touchdowns in his Eagles debut. What a game. Listen, we do have some breaking news as well. That was broken on Out of Pocket the other day. The gridiron address. It's going to be something similar to what happened tonight on the Nightcap, where Aaron is going to be hosting a live stream in between the Sunday afternoon games and the primetime games, kind of doing a quick wraparound of all the action that you saw in the early afternoon games going into the late afternoon games. And, of course, Sunday night football and Monday night football, previewing that, of course. Aaron will host. Michael Davis, the Prez, will be joining him this weekend, and so will Shannon Smith. So make sure you tune in Sunday to Boom Broadcasting. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a wild nightcap. I didn't think that we'd cover football, 2 wrestling shows, and a general conversation about sports here on the Nightcap. So shout out to all 500 plus of you viewing on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. We are hitting numbers that are incredible. So I don't want you guys to think I don't appreciate you. I appreciate each and every single one of you for tuning in tonight to the Nightcap, hosted by Mouthing Off with Mike. And I want to thank the Prez, Michael Davis, and the man that likes to hit quick, Shannon Smith, here for surprising me as my surprised guest here on the Nightcap. The only person we were missing was Sean, but Sean was taking care of some high school football action in North Carolina, so make sure you go follow him, Grit and Grind. You go check him out on YouTube Studio 66. You go subscribe to Boom Broadcasting for all of the fun content that's coming your way. Booking Like a Marks parlay was shot tonight. He needed a tush push. That's what he gets for betting on the Eagles. That's all we got, ladies and gentlemen. We're out of here. I'll be back tomorrow for the Nightcap after All Out. And then Gridiron Address Sunday, and then a bunch of new content coming your way next week. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're out of here. Have a good night. Sweet dreams. Don't let the bed bugs bite.